Welcome to the Computer Group podcast of August. Today we're going to talk about Windows 8, Outlook.com, a new hint about the new Xbox, September 12th, no YouTube in iOS 6, in sync for Ubuntu, Bridge Linux 2012.8, new login screen for Google accounts, the new Sims 3 expansion packs, and our partnership with Fedoraman Studios. So, let's get down to business. Windows 8. It was finally released to manufacturers. So basically, Windows 8 is finished. Saying that, it's already been leaked out to the web. The version without Media Center. So it's been released to manufacturers, getting ready for that October release date for public. Also, if you're one of the MSDN or whatever, the Microsoft developer thing account, you can get it, I believe, a few days earlier too. Also, in Windows 8, Metro UI is Metro no more. Microsoft is gonna rename it because of a particular reason with another company saying that they've already used Metro. So Microsoft is decided to change the name of Metro UI. So what do you guys think Metro UI is going to be called? That's the question. What could they possibly name it to make it catchy, like Metro UI, Windows 8 UI, or Tile UI, or something? So that's about it with Windows 8. Windows 8 store launches same day as Windows 8 does launch. The Surface tablet would be launching around there sometime too. Also, Lenovo has got some pretty nice-looking Intel tablets coming out around that time too. So, also, since we're talking about the Metro UI-ish, or it's not called UI anymore, why don't we talk about Outlook.com? So, Outlook.com is the new Hotmail. Yes, Microsoft is getting rid of Hotmail. It's now going to be called Outlook.com, at Outlook.com. It's designed like a Metro app. It really reminds me of Office 13. Office 13 Metro. The style of Office 13. It kind of reminds me of that. It's built more as touch, basically. It's a lot more organized, less ads than Hotmail. Also, so far, unlimited space. It's pretty neat. Also, that launched with it was People online. You can keep all your contacts, and Messenger also. So that's just some little bit few of Outlook.com. I did see yesterday that I don't know when it was finished or what, is that the mobile version of Outlook.com is now Outlook.com. Used to, when you went to Outlook.com on a mobile device and typed your login info, it would take you to the mobile site of Hotmail. But it seems like they've fixed that, so that's pretty good for the time being. Still, it's basically in like a beta stage, so that's why Hotmail is still out. They did say that yes, your Hotmail account would be transferred in the at Outlook.com, but they said if someone sends you something to your Hotmail, it will automatically forward to at Outlook.com, and I don't know, but it might also send an email back saying that your email address has changed to at Outlook.com. So still not sure about that. So that's little things. Also, last last week of July, news news got out saying that Microsoft has already opened a beta for the new Xbox 360 dashboard update. Sadly, I didn't get in it because time I seen it, all the places was taking up. So sadly, that's okay. So also a new hint about the 360. A employee at Microsoft was on a podcast, and he said that Microsoft was actually working on the new Xbox in this podcast. He was going on about talking about how Outlook has changed, Hotmail has changed, Windows has changed, and that is when he mentioned about the new Xbox. This also adds up to the leaks about the 52-page document that was leaked out onto the web about the 720, the Xbox 720 with Connect version 2 and less than, price rumored around 300. So that's pretty good. So I think it's about time for Microsoft just to come out and say, yes, we are working on a new Xbox. It's that simple. That's all they have to do is say, yes, we are working on one, and don't give any details on it. Just say, yes, we are working on one, and probably fans would be happy. I looked through the 52-page document, and if that document is correct, the Xbox 720, as they call it in the document, seems pretty good. It seems pretty good, full backwards compatibility with Xbox 360 games. Nothing that says anything about the original Xbox games, but hopefully it's just like like an update that Microsoft makes backwards compatibility up to. Hopefully. Also, the more multitasking they showed, saying that you could be playing. Well, for example, they used was Gears of War 5. They said you could be playing that game and looking at your NFL ticker. You can get the ticker to pop up. So that seems pretty neat if they can bring that integration into the games itself. Also, seen some Connect version 2. It seems like you will get the Kinect version 2 if you buy the 360 at that price. It seems like, because all that document keeps on talking about is the integration of motion with the Kinect version 2. It's more improved and everything, so hopefully we can see something great out of that. It also hinted around that it's gonna have a Blu-ray in it. That seems pretty logical, because I know they tried that with the external HD DVD drive that you could buy, but since HD DVD went out of style because Blu-ray was just more common, I think Blu-ray, a lot of people want Blu-ray on the 360, but sadly you can't do that because they don't make an external drive. It also says that it hinted around about you can use multiple devices, OMEs, to develop things for the new Xbox with the well, for the 360 it's called Smart Glass. I'm still going to call it Smart Glass in the Xbox 720 because they have yet to come out and say what that technology they want to call it. The companionship, basically, that's what they're calling it right now. But for 360, they call it Smart Glass. Seems like you can actually, like, an example they showed as a picture, like a sketch, was two people playing a football game, and they had the tablets. And they could pick the plays privately without the other person seeing it. So it's pretty neat. And probably with that, it would be neat if you could draw your own play, which I'm not too big of a Madden fan, but that'd be pretty neat to see. So that's just a few things that I found kind of neat. That the companionships would probably be a lot better in it, because right now they have the companionship with the iPod and iPhone and iPad. You have to have the Xbox Live app. It looks okay, but it's just controlling your 360 like a. So it's not yet that great. What would be nice that I would love to see is like use it as like the remote that Microsoft has. Use it just like that. That would be great to see. But knowing Microsoft, that's not going to happen. Also, I've tried it on Windows 8, the companionship. Same thing. It's just controlling your Xbox. So, truthfully, companionship has not gotten better. But hopefully in the 720 it will. So, do you guys know when the new iPhone 5 and iPad mini announcement event is? Well, rumors have shown that it's in September, like I said in my previous podcast, and it's on the 12th. So this has not been confirmed, but there's been multiple write-ups around the internet. I think New York Times done one saying that it's the 12th of September when we'll see an announcement of a new iPhone and iPad mini, and maybe the Apple television, which I doubt. See. Also, reportedly that parts are shipping for the new or refreshed iMac. Parts should be shipping. They said, just by sources saying that they should be shipping by the end of this month, and then ready for an October release. So if everything's true about that, we could see a new iMac. Also, maybe a 13-inch Retina MacBook Pro, which I still doubt that. So, now, iOS 6 is going to be announced in September 12th. Guess what's already been showed in iOS 6 Beta 4? No YouTube app. Supposedly, Apple's contract has expired, and so they also reported saying that Google is working on a new YouTube app that you can download from the App Store. Is this a good or bad idea? See, I see it good in a way and bad in a way. Like right now, I'm not using the Google the YouTube app that's on the iPad. I use a jailbroken app, ProTube. I use that instead of the other one, just because I like how in the ProTube one you can stream it in different qualities. In the iPad, it wants to take the best version and play it, and so it takes forever to buffer on my internet. So that's why I used ProTube. Yes, it might be better if I had better internet, but sadly I can't get better internet, so that's what we got. So while we're talking about the iOS, why don't we move on to Linux? So, Linux, have you ever wanted your Google Drive on Ubuntu? Well, now you can, called an app called InSync. You can now get your Google Docs and everything onto your Ubuntu machine using InSync. I believe you can get that in the App Store, Ubuntu App Store. So now will this app make Google think, hey, we need to start developing a client for Ubuntu for Linux, so we can do better than this company that has made InSync. InSync seems pretty integrationable. Of the screenshots that I've seen, all you have to do basically is right-click on like a document or photo or file, and you go down to InSync, and you can choose which account to sync it to. And then it also would download all your Google Docs and everything you have and stuff, so you can edit them. So that seems pretty neat. Since I haven't used Ubuntu, I'm going to start using it whenever Ubuntu goes into beta. The next version goes into beta. That should be pretty soon, since the alpha has just been released, Alpha 3. So hopefully in the next few months the beta gets out, so I can try it. Also, while we're talking about Linux, let's talk about Bridge Linux. Bridge Linux 2012.8. It's a new release. Probably the last released for the year for it. What it does, it fixes some bug fixes. It fixes the host file. Fix the installer. Enabled regular users to mount drives without using a password in the file manager. The interface ISO is smaller. VLC has been removed, and some other bug fixes. You can check out Bridge Linux 2012.8 by going to millerstechnology.com. I believe that's his website, .com. I don't believe it's .net, so I'll also have the link below if I've mentioned it wrong, because I believe it's .com, millertechnologies.com. So check that out. You can download it now, both 32 and 64 bits. He said also the other interfaces updates will be coming out soon too. So awesome. So now, since we were talking about Google about Linux, why don't we go to Google's new login screen coming soon? So have you noticed whenever you went to your Gmail, it's on the very bottom of the screen. It says we are working on a new login screen, and it says try it now. So last night I seen this, so I tried it out. It seems pretty neat. So far, it really shows you can have multiple accounts now. Have multiple Google accounts. So that's pretty neat. Also, you don't have to I noticed you don't have to type in your username or account info, because it already knows your Gmail and your username because of the machine you logged in. So now all you'd have to do is type your password in. Also, I noticed that they've updated where if you've used the two-step verification thing, whenever you log into apps now, like I've noticed this on my iPad, I logged into the Gmail, and I got my text, so I typed it in. I noticed that checkbox that usually says you check this and it would stay good for 30 days, that has changed now where it's all the time. So that's pretty neat. It would help me out a lot because I use a lot of Google apps on my iPad. So it's pretty good. Although, is this gonna make Google good or bad? It's just gonna be the same. It's just gonna be a slight change. Still think they need to do a slight change in Google Plus, get rid of some white space, but I understand why it hasn't done that anyway. So Google, it's been just so. Now on to the new Sims 3 expansion packs. In September 4th, the Supernatural expansion pack comes out. This will allow you to become a I want to say werewolf or something. Make supernatural things basically it's gonna just make you where you can have different species. Basically, your sim can be a werewolf or something else and stuff. So it's not that interesting. I'm not gonna pick that one up. I still need to pick up Generations and maybe Showtime. Also, November 13th. Everyone's been waiting for this expansion pack. Seasons! Yes, Seasons is coming to The Sims 3. It's going to have more activities during the season. You make your Sims do different activities out in the city and stuff. So that's pretty neat. Also, they have the Diesel pack. I think it's already been released. The stuff pack, I believe it's already been released. Not for sure, but thinking it's already been released. So that's also one new thing. Also Zynga and EA suing Zynga over the Ville. Um, that's not gonna go well just because I, I I've played the Ville, and yes, the Ville is a fun game. I actually like it more than the Sims Social for Facebook. But when I first played the Ville, I realized it's the same exact thing. It just got a little bit of difference to it. That's it. So that's a complete rip-off of The Sims Social, basically. So that's also something. Also, Zynga's not doing well anyway. They still Zynga would be good. I've heard a lot of things about Zynga. Zynga right now is trying the hardest to get everyone to go to and play games on their website, Zynga.com. They can play the games there. Well, you don't have to use Facebook. Yes, you still use Facebook a little bit, but they said, basically it wants to be a social game network. So that's also working on good there. So that's also did yesterday Spotify app for iOS has been released, a new update. And also Spotify is now on Android, and your free radios on Android. But let's get back to the iOS update. A lot of people have seen this and noticed this right off the bat. I know I noticed it because it was right on top of one of the fixes. Guess what was one of the fixes? iOS 6 compatibility. So it's supposed to work 100% with iOS 6. Pretty good. Because I remember I tried it on iOS 6 when I was trying iOS 6. It crashed. No matter what you did, it just crashed, kept on crashing. So that really defeated the purpose. So also we mentioned something about Fedoraman Studios. This is a little partnership we are doing. I'm on a podcast with them. It's me and a few friends. We get together and we do podcast, and also we are doing a Final Fantasy VII fan dub. If you're interested, I'll give you my friend's email, so you can email him about the fan dub if you want to be in it. He's looking for voice actors and actresses. So it's a little bitty project that we're working on the side. Like I said, we're gonna work on monthly podcasts, video podcasts. We're gonna talk about tech, games, movies, all sorts of stuff. We're gonna talk about. So you can check them out. We're also gonna give you a link below. We're gonna give you a link to their YouTube page. Because our the first podcast will be up pretty soon. I just need to do I need to trim some stuff out, and it'll be up. So we're gonna try to do these every month. Get the same 3 people and maybe a few extras, maybe on and off. Hopefully. So. Also, we are uploading both of these again to the podcast to SoundCloud and YouTube. A lot of people might ask why we take such a long time to do it. It's just I forget about uploading to both. So That's why it takes longer to upload. Also, when we upload this one, we are also going to upload our special podcast we did last month. Um, so that's gonna be pretty good. Check us out. Check us out at thecomputergroup.co.com or okay, stretch that out. You can find us at thecomputergroup.co.cc. We're gonna get some more posts up there. We're gonna get some more posts up there pretty soon. Check us out on YouTube too, at our YouTube channel. It's the Computer Group. Um, so, um, so that's about it for the podcast. We hope you have a great month, and we not yet sure if we're going to do a special podcast. Don't think so, unless there's something super big come out that would make us want to make me do this podcast. So, like I said, you can check us out on Facebook, at the Computer Group. You can check us out on Google Plus, the Computer Group. You can also check out our website at thecomputergroup.co.cc. Thank you, and have a fantastic month.